From 1953 to 1957, Superman, the Man of Steel, fought evil to preserve truth, justice, and the American way. On nearly every American's television set, Clark Kent's faithful sidekick at the Daily Planet was Cub reporter Jimmy Olsen, and his true blue girlfriend was Lois Lane. Now here's a look at them in action. Oh, don't you love it? Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane, Jack Larson and Noel Neill in real life join us now from the Convention Center and Superman's 50th birthday party. Welcome to Cleveland again.
Good to be in Cleveland.
Nice memories watching that, I would bet.
Yes, it was. That clip wasn't me, however. That was from
No,
the
it wasn't.
old
I would say,
serial.
boy, have you changed?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
That was,
was
from
me,
the
though.
Sam
That was
Casson
you.
serial.
Yeah,
That was her.
right.
I am the television show with George Reed.
How many different Jimmys were there?
Two. I never
Just-
knew there
just
was
the two.
another Jimmy until I saw that clip.
Until you saw, is that right? Oh my, it's always a learning experience, life is, isn't it? All right, Noel.
Yes.
When you were growing up in Minneapolis, did you have any idea, when was the earliest idea that you wanted to be an actress?
I think it was probably soon after I got out in California, and through friends I got a job at Paramount, and all of a sudden I said, this is a nice way to go, and have been with it ever since.
Yeah. Did you have any idea that the show would go on and live on as long as it has?
Oh, heavens no, just had no idea. We worked and left. Jack even left town.
You did, Jack? Where'd you go?
I used to go to New York. I was, I had the theater bug, and I would shoot the shows, and I would go to New York and try to get in a play or do live television.
You know, there's so many memories here, and I know the two of you do this all the time, and I apologize for making you go through it again, but boy, we love this. Noel, you first.
Yes.
Go through a fond memory of the days of Superman, a show or a situation or something that happened that you always remember and think about or laugh about.
Probably, I think the one I enjoyed most, because being a ham, of course, I did more work in one show, and that was when I dreamt I was going to marry Superman. And I had this, gorgeous gown. Another one I liked when Jack and I did our Egyptian thing.
Yes,
and I love that black wig I had. Gorgeous, sneaky dress. And we were incensed to death, but we had some fun times.
Do you have a funny memory about Jack? Something he did that maybe he wishes you had forgotten?
Probably when you came out in that outfit in the tomb of Zaharan. With the long
All right, we'll turn the tables. Jack, what do you remember about Noel that maybe she would like to forget from those Superman days?
Oh, I don't know anything she'd like to forget.
Aw, isn't
yes,
that
that-
nice?
We were the crew and the company, all the cast. We were all great friends, and truly we're great friends. And I think that's one of the reasons this show has lasted. You can feel that, a kind of spontaneity, and people like each other, and we all like George a lot, and John Hamilton and Bob Shane. And so I really don't have any bad memories of the show at all. My favorite show was one where I got to impersonate Humphrey Bogart. It's called Semi-Private Eye.
Can you still do that?
No, I didn't do it. I couldn't do it very well then.
Sure you can. I know you can.
But it was I, like everybody else, was a Humphrey Bogart fan, and I got to work with Elijah Cook Jr., who'd been he was the detective in the show, and he'd been in the Maltese Falcon. So I was in Fool's Paradise with the trench coat on and bumbling as Jimmy.
hamming it up.
You know, you talked about friends, and I know you were great friends with George Reeves.
Yes.
Did you have any indications, and we'll get off of this, but any indications that his tragic end was imminent?
None.
We
I
should
had
say
none.
it was suicide, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well,
No. Did you?
I could understand it. I knew that George wasn't happy. You know, we were all typed. What can I tell you? It was early television, and he was Superman. I became Jimmy. I could have gotten very depressed about it and didn't. I just quit acting. And George, I think, was a very fine actor, and so I knew that he was feeling sad that he was typed, but he never let on. He was very gallant, so I felt for him, and I understood it when I knew that he was gone.
Yes. What about when you compare those classic Superman shows to the ones we see today on the big screen? Any comparisons?
They're much shorter.
Ours have lasted. I think the ones we were in, I think they were done very, very well. And I think some of the special effects, if you'll forgive me, George's flying and the takeoffs are better than the special effects in the film. They took him off like Peter Pan in the film.
Right.
Did they do it by cords?
They did it by wires.
By wires?
In the film. But in the television show, George was very athletic and he would leap. We had a diving board in the floor, and he would leap, hit the diving board, and then do a tuck over camera. And the wind machine would go, and it really looked like he was taking off.
I
I'm
bet.
amazed.
It sure did. We have to go now, but Noel, did he ever take you flying with him?
Oh, Jack and I flew.
No.
Show.
You did?
Oh.
With George, with Superman.
Yes. No, George didn't. I think I was maybe too heavy.
He couldn't fly.
Thank
that
you for
week.
being here.
Lois
It's
and Jimmy
been
did
wonderful
fly.
talking to you.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Welcome back to
talking to
Cleveland,
you,
and happy
Mama.
birthday to
Wonderful.
you as well. It is your birthdays in a way.
Of course, of course.
Thank you.
Only
All
50.
right.